Hello, David Paul here. This is something interesting I wanted to video. It just made me think about my house in Portugal.
Hi sir. Express sir.
Kaya na ko na. Yeah. Kaya na ko na nasa Chowking. Kawili-wili ang construction ng restaurant mo.
Yes sir, just
Yeah.
a different design.
Yeah.
Look like a cave inside.
Sama ka dito sa gitna ng pelikula. Sasalita ka dito. Ano yan?
It's like a not finished product, but it's only a design, different unique design.
Yeah, they say it's not.
Inside sir. For you to be able to see inside, it's like a cave.
Yeah.
This one, sir.
This is like rough cast grey concrete, but this stuff here is really interesting. What I noticed is when I came down the corridor, I came down the corridor to this place, and I noticed that it was suddenly much quieter, and something about it reminded me of Lanzarote, the Canary Islands, about how quiet things were there, and also a little bit about my house in Portugal. And I've just realised something interesting about the way this works. This is concrete, which is a very hard material, and it should ring like a bell. It should reflect sound and make the place more noisy and ringy, and yet it does quite the opposite. So why is that? Well, the reason is because the structure of this has been slapped on. I think they've actually thrown it on, and it creates a sort of natural effect rather akin to lava flow or something like that, of which you've got a lot in the Philippines. But it's, as a consequence, it's a completely irregular surface. And what's happening to the sound, in particular the sound of my voice, is it's hitting the wall, but it's not reflecting back in any sort of structured way. So what it does is it disperses off all over the place, reflected off in every single direction. So the magnitude of sound coming back to your ears is very low, and it just has this amazing peaceful effect, making the place much quieter. Now, we had a discussion, my architect, future daughter-in-law and myself, about what I should do with the stonework in Portugal, and she didn't like my idea on cementing it with Portland cement and this and that and the other and so on, and I listened to her, but I'm still going to kind of do that. And then I had a compromise idea that just pinged to my mind, which is to not point between the stones at all. Don't put the mortar between the stones. That which exists there already, leave it alone, and scratch it out so as to reveal the structure of all the stonework without compromising the structure. And then you'll have like this very interesting reveal of the structure, you know, and really clean the stones very good, and perhaps put Danish oil or tung oil on them to reveal the details of the stone, and to finish them and seal them, and that's it, and clean them. But so that's what I'm going to do with that. And notably, the house in Portugal is also very quiet, and it's so extremely quiet in here. This small amount of wall, this here and that there, and in the corridor, has completely impacted this room and made it, I don't know quite, it's an incredibly peaceful feeling. So that's something to, a little trick to do, you know, because here in the Philippines, one of the problems with wooden houses is that the acoustics of wooden houses are not good, because the noise just comes passing through. They're very thin, and there might even be a bamboo bahay kubo, so you get to hear every noise outside. It's a bit like living in a tent, and you don't get that like sense of security that you get in a concrete house, which they obviously like, you know. but it's also costing them in terms of the fact that they have a house with such an amazingly high thermal capacity that it cooks them to death. We're okay in this airport here because it's that's amazing. That look at it. Let's just pan back and have a look at it. They don't have that problem here because it's air conditioned, so it just settles down to a nice, you know, relatively cool level, and that's that. So that's something to think about that. And as a method of construction, if you could apply that to mud work, I guess it would make constructing a house very, very quick, because we do have to, you know, you do have to get a shelter up quick. So I wouldn't let this negate my constructing of a wooden house, but I'll let it inform it. And possibly what I need to do is put more solid wooden construction in, and also create an irregular surface. And I've just had an idea about how to do that. In other words, use log construction as opposed to just using plain sheets of wood. I was going to use the cement board, which I will do, but I'll clad it in logs so as to mimic this effect, and let's see how that turns out. I hope it comes across on the video, so I'll just be quiet for a moment. Okay, that's enough for that. Makita tayo sakana, atilago. See you later. Jesus be with you.